Bishop Chain, Mrs. Chain, Headmaster Wilson and Mrs. Wilson, members of the governing board, distinguished faculty and staff, my wife and family, friends, members of the class of 1960 and their families, distracted World Cup soccer fans, and of course, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2010. It is a great honor and pleasure for me to be here with all of you to celebrate with these 76 fine young gentlemen. Today, we celebrate what these young men have accomplished, the many gifts and the joy they have given to all of us, and to dream of their contributions to come. You are truly a remarkable group of young men. Gentlemen, congratulations on the hard work and many successes that we are celebrating here today. I was honored, but a little intimidated when I was invited by Headmaster Wilson to give this address. I found no assurance in sharing this news with my son Justin, who immediately replied, "Really? You?" And after a brief pause, he carefully chose his next words and added, "It better be good." Justin, thank you for all of your thoughtful guidance and brevity. In anticipating this important day, I searched for a theme. What would you graduating seniors find interesting, helpful, and perhaps even memorable? If there's one thing I remember most about my commencement experiences, it's that I don't remember much about my commencement experiences. What I do remember about my high school ceremony was being preoccupied with thoughts about what was to come and feeling a sense of melancholy about moving on. I was leaving the comfort and familiarity of my school and small town. I remember anxiously anticipating my last summer with all my friends before launching into the unknown of college. Then it hit me, the realization that things were going to change and never be the same. But you should take comfort in the fact that while things will be different, in many cases, things will be much better. Take entertainment and video games. Video games barely existed when I graduated from high school. There was no Xbox or Wii. Actually, home computers hadn't even been invented yet. One of the first video games of my generation was called Pong, a name later pirated for a less wholesome game that is still played today. But who really wants to hear about the old days? I then considered whether I could use this time to remind you that this troubled world needs your generation to deal with all the problems my generation has caused. But you know that already. I do hope there is an aspiring, brilliant petroleum engineer among you. The world certainly needs you now. I concluded it's probably most productive in this brief time for me, a father, a non-St. Albans graduate, and a private businessman, to share with you a few things that have helped me. There are 3 points I want to share. These are principles that have served me well, and as I observe other successful people in our community, seem to be touchstones of successful and probably more importantly, satisfying lives. My hope is that you will see sufficient utility in them to remember them and practice them when you leave here. First, view your life as a process of building. As a real estate developer, I manage the building of buildings and places. Well, that is my particular professional designation. In fact, we are all builders. Think of all the things you have already built. Think of all the things each of you has built already. A strong foundation for your future. The elements that go into that include building relationships with your friends, your family, your teachers, coaches, neighbors, and more. The people around you are also building. Think of all the people who make St. Albans such a wonderful place. Whether it is the warm smile of Ms. Ruby in the refectory, the bellowing laugh of our dear Reverend Billow, the relentless encouragement of Coach Dean Bryan, AKA the Dean of Fitness, during all of his nauseating workouts, or the lessons that extend far beyond Spanish in Senor Munoz's class. These are just a few of the many people who make this such a memorable place. You also have completed a body of academic, athletic, and artistic work that you will take with you on your journey from St. Albans. But like any great builder, even when you're not building, you are planning, designing, and dreaming of the future. Building a life for a community is not about one building or event. It is a highly nuanced mix of values, behaviors, and achievement. Your life and your community are already deeply intertwined. You have already assumed an important role of leadership in this community, and that is a habit we hope you will continue to nurture. You will find a broad range of ways to build community with its multiple dimensions, structures, and environments. Your individual histories, like the communities you will continue to help build, are diverse, adaptable, changing, and vibrant. You possess the power to shape your community and change your environment. You will be influenced by those changes as well. Abraham Lincoln once said, "I like to see a man proud of the place in which he lives. I like to see a man live so that his place will be proud of him." For you, that place is St. Albans. You have demonstrated great gifts for building. Keep it up. Point number 2, embrace passion. Focus on things that stir your soul. Passion, too, has many dimensions. Sometimes it manifests itself as youthful exuberance. This recently has become a euphemism for rambunctious behavior. I will let you in on a secret. The teachers and administrators expect a certain amount of that behavior from you. Why else would our own Paul Herman need to admonish his students? We just don't do that here. Think of the excitement, daring, and skill exhibited by the senior class each year when incorporating the hidden symbol in the homecoming t-shirt. And what about the whole series of creative FMU videos? That is one kind of passion, and it's an important passion, but passion in general is also key to creating a productive and satisfying life. Earlier in life, you were taught to answer questions others presented to you. Now you are asking the questions. Never stop, because your own questions are one of the most reliable avenues to discovering and sustaining your passion. And if you're very fortunate, you will find many things that you are passionate about and that give you great pleasure and fulfillment. Find passion in all that you do, your school life, personal life, work life, and yes, your love life. Next year, all of you will be in co-ed environments. Yes, even you, Pat Doherty, at the Naval Academy. So there will be abundant opportunities for you to practice this necessary skill. Make sure you do. I will also promise you that some of your most memorable experiences will occur outside the classroom. Think of the most memorable moments of your time here. Many of them, I'm certain, occurred outside the classroom. Passion shapes a productive and satisfying life in part because it sustains you through good times and bad. While the sleepless and grinding rigors of junior year were only last year, they probably seem like events of long ago. But don't forget them. There will be more of them ahead. Rely on your passion to get you through it. You have the potential to be great at whatever you want. Whatever great works you seek to pursue in your life, the only way you will ever excel at it is to love it. Remember the words of Winston Churchill: "Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts." But in those moments when the original goal is not as clear and the passion is waning, don't feel your only choice is to redouble your efforts. Running twice as fast in the wrong direction only gets you to the wrong place quicker. Learn to enjoy the unexpected. That brings me to my third and final point. Practice slowing down. For most of your life, you have been swimming in waters marked by great opportunities for personal growth and pleasure, but also marked by pressure and high expectations. Not the best environment for a carefree youth. You've learned to juggle all that your families and St. Albans have given you. This is an important skill. We as parents, and your school as well, remain eager to help you strike a good balance between the enormous productivity you have demonstrated and an ability to take time to look around, to see and understand the richness of the world. It sounds simple enough, but I assure you it isn't. You are the multitasking generation. Access to information and places has never been so easy and so plentiful. On many occasions, I was both amazed and somewhat horrified to catch a glimpse of my son composing a paper. At his desk, with his computer humming, instant messages pinging away, Facebook open, iTunes blaring, cell phone vibrating, drinking a protein shake, all while doing dumbbell curls with his free hand. It was exhausting just to watch. It seems almost silly to admit that my parents were concerned about me being distracted when doing work in front of my generation's evil device, the television. Well, you should not feel rushed in finding your passions and purpose. Some of you will find them quickly, and others will wander. Wandering isn't all bad. The lessons you learn may not be immediately apparent, but never underestimate the potential for wisdom in all your journeys. Turn off the GPS from time to time. Enjoy the adventure. Now, don't misinterpret my suggestion to slow down as a call to mediocrity or a laid-back manifesto that's intended to discourage you from achieving great things. Who sets a goal of being mediocre at something? To the contrary, I believe you need time for reflection, recreation, and even solitude to do great work. While historians can't pinpoint the precise moment after the dawn of the Industrial Revolution, when rest and leisure were derided as hobbies of the indolent, this perception has been far too easily accepted by corporate America. I couldn't disagree with this more. You are much more likely to accomplish extraordinary things if you allow yourself time for other endeavors. Allow yourself time to dream. One of the greatest pleasures in my life has been to get to know this intelligent, funny, compassionate, talented, and relatively good-looking group of young men. Class of 2010, we will miss you when you leave the close, but your spirit is infused in the walls and structure of this special place. Your destiny, wherever you go, is to continue the work that you have begun here. I have the unique privilege of giving you your last homework assignment at St. Albans. It's very straightforward. I ask that you remember three things. First, see yourself as great builders of communities and things, and use as tools the great gifts you have been given. Second, embrace passion in all that you do. But never forget the third and most difficult skill. Practice slowing down from time to time. This is your moment. The next move is yours. We will all be watching and cheering you on your way. You have created an indelible mark with the lives you have created and on the lives you have touched. Continue to make us proud. Godspeed, St. Albans Bulldogs of 2010.